Recording in progress. Welcome, everyone. So today we're going to talk about menopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause. So menopause and beyond, really. Let's wait for everyone to join in. Hello, hello. Beautiful to have you here. So let's move directly into menopause. So menopause is a natural process in the life of a woman. I am Irana Jan. If you don't know me, I'm so honored to have you here. For those who do not know me, I'm a leading energy activator, international transformational yoga senior teacher, woman wellness specialist, and embodiment coach and mentor. I am the CEO at Anapno Yoga, Awareness Through the Body, and I have founded Yoga Shala, the School of Transformational Yoga in Greece. So I help women shift from restlessness, disconnection, burnout, and becoming victims to menopause into living vibrant in energetic alignment so they can embody their radiance and feel sublime from inside out. Menopause is a natural phenomenon. The body stops producing hormones and menstruation ceases. So it marks the end of the female reproductive years. And it's a very, very natural process. And a part of a woman's life is one more cycle and one more big change. And it's the time when your estrogens and progesterone levels start to decrease. So there is a huge hormonal shift one more time in your life, like there is in puberty, like there is during the time of childbearing, and again in this stage of life that we enter the Vata stage of life. So I want to say that this is a transition into, this can be a transition into the most beautiful time of your life, and it depends entirely up to you. And how, first of all, how you arrive at this stage. The more balanced you arrive at this stage, the more you can go through it gracefully. But even if you didn't manage to be balanced at this stage, because things happen in life, right? And this was my experience also. I got into menopause just when I was going out from a very long relationship. And it was not very clear for me that I was entering perimenopause because I was so devastated by this event. Even it was by both of us a decision. So I was really depressed and crying all over the place, and I didn't know this was the reason. Menopause was the reason, until I went to find I thought I was depressed, so I went to get some natural drops for depression, and my good friend, the pharmacist, told me, maybe you should take some natural supplements, Ayurvedic supplements for menopause. And then I realized it was that, because in 3 days I was normal, right? I was not running and crying all over the place. So, and I want to tell you that balance is the key to enter into this stage and be able to navigate these symptoms and these moods and all what comes with it. We shouldn't become victims of menopause, which I see very much happen. But let's move on with this presentation I'm doing today. So menopause has 3 stages. The first stage is perimenopause. The second one is menopause, and the third is postmenopause. So the first signs of perimenopause are irregular periods, hot flashes and night sweats, insomnia, mood swings, loss of libido and sexual discomfort also. And also water retention. We start to retain much more water in the body. There happens like a lymphatic stagnation in the body. So the difference between perimenopause and menopause is that perimenopause refers to the period of time right before menopause begins. During perimenopause, your body is beginning to transition into menopause. That means that the hormone production from your ovaries is beginning to decline. You may begin to experience some symptoms commonly associated with menopause, like hot flashes. Your menstrual cycle may become irregular, but it won't cease during perimenopause stage. Once you completely stop having a menstrual cycle for 12 months, consecutive months, then you enter, is a sign that you enter menopause. So what symptoms are caused by the reduced levels of estrogen in my body? Insomnia is one very big characteristic of this time. And it is very good that we observe it and allow ourselves to live it a little bit, because during, not for a long period, because having insomnia for a long period can bring us to very much unbalance. However, we should find natural ways, and natural ways are also changing our lifestyle before sleep, creating night rituals to balance ourselves very much through natural ways and herbs to go to sleep well. Because there is I'm saying that because there is a tendency to take pills to sleep very easily and chemicals very easily. And I never recommend that, because if you want to live vibrantly alive, you need to avoid any chemical stuff in your body, any medicines. You know, menopause has been something that women have been going through forever. It's not something new, but suddenly, because of the lifestyle we have that is not in the nature, and we are completely disconnected from our bodies, from nature, from the sun and the moon, and we are completely disconnected from ourselves, we lose control. Also, we are not moving in the right way. We are not moving enough. Remember that women before, at any stage of life, they were continually moving to make the house work, right? To gather the water, to bring the water, to bring the wood, to make the fire, to take care of the kids. Now we are sitting on our computers, we are sitting at the office, we are sitting in the car, we're sitting a lot. And few of us do the right kind of movements for our body to stay healthy, our energy to flow nicely in the body. And this also is part of having the symptoms more strong, more heavy than we had before. It also, our minds focus too much on the symptoms and not on how to navigate this with grace and what we can do. I see very much the women focusing on the symptoms rather in how to really change the way they are living into a different way. Because as we age and we change, we need to change our lifestyle to meet our needs. If we are trying to live as we lived 20 years before, doing the same kind of practices, yoga practices, dynamic exercises, and eating the same way we eat before, same quantity we eat before, is not going to go well. We really need to change the way we approach ourselves to meet the needs of this stage of life. And this is for every single stage of our life. So one of the symptoms is insomnia. We're going to talk about this more later. The other symptom is hot flashes, and about 75% of women experience hot flashes during menopause. However, I've seen that those women that are practicing yoga consistently, like me included, I never had this symptom ever. And there is many other things I didn't get because of practicing yoga. And I know other women also who practice yoga on a regular basis and didn't get those symptoms. Another symptom is arthralgia, which is muscle and joint pain that is known with this name, arthralgia. So this also can be avoided if you move regularly, doing the right movements in your body. Another symptom is mood swings. Mood swings can be difficult to determine whether these symptoms are caused by shifts in your emotions, your life circumstances, or the aging process itself, even psychological stuff that is not addressed. So these mood swings that can lead to anxiety, also depression, are triggered by many other things and show up during this moment if they have not been addressed before. Then water retention. This is a hormonal change during menopause that may produce lymphatic stagnation that keeps you feeling heavy and dull, while creating cellulite and toxins accumulation that block your energy flow. So I like to always look at the bright side of life. So look at the bright side of your life and how you can see in each difficulty that or challenge that you're passing in your life, the way to navigate it in the most graceful way. And rather than focusing on the problems, trying to find the light, trying to find the way to bring light into that issue or challenge you're facing. Like if menopause is being a challenge right now for you, there is ways that you can really bring light into this moment. But stop focusing on the symptoms, because whatever you put your attention in becomes stronger and bigger. So if you put your attention all the time in your hot flashes or your insomnia, and you really, are obsessed with that, it will become worse. And this, it's like with everything, right? So avoiding triggers may reduce the number of hot flashes you experience, and this can include, for example, consuming alcohol or caffeine. So if you are drinking alcohol, reduce it as much as possible. If you are drinking caffeine, reduce it as much as possible. Eating spicy food will not help you either if you're having hot flashes. Being stressed will not help you. So we need to find ways to harness our nervous system and create lifestyle that enhances our calm and our harmony rather than anxiety and stress. Now, being in hot spaces like saunas or doing hot yoga is not good for this time of life, really, because if you are having hot flashes, they will become even worse. Being overweight also is not good for you. And smoking also may make you have more hot flashes. So it's a very good time in your life for many, many reasons to consider letting go smoking also. It's not good for your skin, it's not good for your organs, it's not good for having vibrant energy either. So let's begin again from here, that menopause is a natural phenomenon and the body stops producing hormones and menstruation ceases. This is when menstruation ceases that menopause starts. So this is a time also to celebrate, to celebrate that you're coming into a stage of your life that you are more free, because usually it comes accompanied with your kids growing up, having more time for yourself, knowing exactly what you want, being in your own presence. We're coming into a stage of life that we are much more wise and we have experience. So it is time to start enjoying where we are right now, more than ever. So avoiding triggers is the first thing we need to address. How does menopause affect your bone health? The decline in estrogen production can affect the amount of calcium in your bones, and these can cause significant decreases in bone density, leading to a condition known as osteoporosis. So to keep your bones healthy, you need to eat food with lots of calcium, such as dark leafy greens, almonds, to take vitamin D supplements, to exercise regularly, and include walking in your everyday routine. Walking 20 minutes every day in your routine is very, very important for your bones to be healthy, to reduce alcohol consumption, and to avoid smoking, as we said before. And also to add some strength routine into your life, like either to do Pilates or any kind of exercise that makes you also strengthen your body, because when your muscles become stronger, they support your bones to stay healthy. So even if you're practicing yoga at this stage of life, you need at least 2 times a week to do something that strengthens your body, because yoga is not a workout. And this, I want to make it very clear, right? Yoga is very, very good for every stage of life, and especially for this one, because it gives you tools to harness your nervous system, to keep your mind positive, to stay emotionally balanced, mentally balanced, physically balanced, and your energy to be in alignment. Because yoga is about energetic alignment, it's not a workout. So you need also to supplement your yoga practice at least twice a week with a practice that is bringing you strength in your muscles. Because we also start to lose muscle density, and we need to strengthen our muscles and to work our muscles more, right? So decreased estrogen levels can prevent your body from retaining flexible arteries also, and this can impact your blood flow, which can impact also your heart, right? So watching your weight, eating healthy and balanced diet, exercising and not smoking can reduce your chances of developing heart conditions. And here is where our walking routine is very important. Here is where our breath work practices are very important, because they enhance our heart center and our circulatory system when practiced properly. So other common questions that I get are like, will I gain weight when I experience menopause? Well, if you are not moving regularly, the change in your hormone levels may cause you to gain weight. However, aging can also contribute to weight gain. But the good news is that if you're doing the right practices and the right movement and eating healthy, you don't need to gain any weight. I didn't gain any weight. Actually, I feel better than ever in my body. And I think, and I'm sure, and I see that the women that are, practicing with me and doing the practices that I teach, they even lose weight. Quite a lot of pounds they have lost. So focus on maintaining a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and practicing other healthy habits to help you control your weight. Being overweight can increase your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and other conditions. So remember that when overweight, it's also a way of toxicity in the body. Toxins accumulate in the ways of fat in the body. So when we have too many toxins in the body, like fat, our immune system becomes weaker. Our energy level becomes weaker, not only to use externally, but also of the body to use to fight disease. So we are much more vulnerable when we are overweight to weaknesses and diseases. So don't forget to include strength exercises in your routine as well. And I always recommend at this stage of life, we don't need to eat so many times. And it's very important that we stop snacking in between meals. So the best way to eat at this stage of life is to reduce our eating to only twice a day and eating only the things that are really nourishing for us, the things that give us all the elements that we need to stay super healthy. So cleaning up your diet from things that are not beneficial for you and researching either on the internet, but also inside of you, looking what are the things that are draining your energy that you eat, and what are the things that are making you feel light and good. Your body has a mind that when you are listening, your body tells you what it needs. So another question that I get very, very often is if hormone replacement is a safe option. So changes to your lifestyle may help you relieve many of your symptoms without need for hormonal intervention, like outside hormonal intervention, because transdermal estrogens increase the risk of developing blood clots, which is also a risk with most other types of hormonal treatments. Hormone patches could slightly increase the risk of breast cancer if they are used for 5 or more continuous years. Estradiol may increase your risk of developing a condition that may lead to uterine cancer. Using this medicine can increase your risk of blood clots, also stroke, heart attack, or cancer in your breast, uterus, or ovaries. So I really don't recommend this option because I find it completely unnatural. There is so many natural ways in which you can navigate this time and beyond this time gracefully and feeling vibrantly alive and feeling radiant also. You don't need to supplement yourself with hormones and take these risks. This is my opinion, and this is the way I live, and I highly recommend it for every single woman. And I see so many women going into these chemical stages, and I really do not go for that at all. So the main dietary is to follow the main system to follow in terms of what to eat is to eat for Vata type of body, because we are entering the Vata stage of life. The Vata stage of life is the stage of life that we become lighter, our skin becomes thinner, we become more sensitive, more etheric, and we need to eat more etheric and light foods also. To eat warm, moist, and heavy foods that are easily digestible. You should avoid cold and raw foods in excess. Of course, they are very good for us, but not in excess, as well as avoid stimulants such as nicotine and caffeine. So sweet, salty, and sour foods balance Vata people, and also they balance most of people at this stage of life. Bitter and astringent foods may be aggravating and making your skin more dry, yes, more breaky. So I have some tips to help with the symptoms. And this is, for example, aloe. Aloe is amazing for your skin, but also taking fresh aloe vera, 1 teaspoon 3 times a day will help you prevent and relieve this uncomfortable symptom of hot flashes that many women experience. So, or to take a cup of pomegranate juice with 1 teaspoon of organic sugar, or, coconut sugar, better. And 5 to 10 drops of lime juice 2 or 3 times a day. If you want to have details about this, you can DM me and I can send you these myself. Mineral supplements that are very important for you to take at this stage of life are calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin C. Vitamin C, instead of taking collagen, which is unnatural and your body cannot absorb it, if you take vitamin C will help your body produce collagen by itself. Now, for hormonal supplements in Ayurveda, we offer shatavari powder and wild yam. Ayurveda offers these rejuvenating herbs for this stage of life, so you can relieve all the symptoms of menopause. So what I see in most of women at this stage of life is that first thing, they are not well informed. So they don't prepare, because I believe that when you are about 40 years of age, you need to be prepared and start to prepare yourself to enter into the next stage of life. And this preparation is about starting to really taking the decision and starting to really learn how to become balanced. Balance is the key to your well-being, and balance is different for each one of us and different in each stage of life. There is different things we need to do at different stages of life to stay balanced, different practices, and there is also a difference between each one of us. So we need to explore and we need to start to become conscious of which things are bringing us out of balance. Either things we do, conversations we have, thoughts we choose to hold, foods we choose to eat, companies we have. Everything is connected, And we need to become conscious of all the things in our life that move us towards balance and move us towards out of balance. It's very important that we start doing this if we didn't do it before at about 40s, because you need to arrive at this stage feeling whole so you can navigate it very gracefully. And then if this happens and you're really in balance when you arrive at this stage of time, and this is the reason this video is not only for those being in perimenopause, but for those who are about 35, 40s to get informed, right? Because if you arrive at this stage out of balance, it can be detrimental. You can become a victim of menopause, like many women do. And they think menopause is a monster and they feel devastated and they feel victimized by menopause. And it's not menopause, it's that you are out of balance. So you need to address that to get back into balance. And then the more you get into balance, the symptoms will go lower. The more you're out of balance, the more strong the symptoms will be and the struggle you will live. Yes. So I see very much the tendency of women to really let themselves, the opposite of becoming conscious. It's like they let themselves go. They don't take care of their body. They don't take care of their eating, of their lifestyle. And then is when they become victims of menopause, like victims also for many other things. If you are not in control, if you are not able and eager to calibrate yourself into balance into every given moment, because balance is not a constant, then you become a victim of life. You give your power away to many, many things, right? Then society also is very, very encouraging us to feel like finished or depleted or end when we reach this stage. And this is not true. We can be radiant, we can feel beautiful. We are wise women at this stage. We have experience, we have done so many things, we have done well so many things, we have grown, we have all the wisdom inside of us. And we have still half of our life in front of us, because now we live so many years. And we are the wise women who will be able to transmit all this wisdom to the newer generations. So, you know, in tribes, in older times, and in tribes, in indigenous tribes or any tribes, the older women were the most important women in the tribe. They were the wise women. And now in the patriarchal society that we live, women that reach 50, they are discarded. They cannot find work. They are old to date. And it's not like that. We need to understand that we are what we want to be. It's in our hands who we are and what we are. Doesn't matter what people say, what society says. We have the possibility to start the best time in our life right now, at this stage. It's up to us. The other thing that I see a lot in women at this stage is that they keep living, as I said before, and approaching their life in the same way they did it before when they were younger. And this leads them to adrenal fatigue and burnout. Because when we push ourselves beyond our limits of energy, of thinking that what we like to do is what we need, when in reality, what we need is almost always not what we want. Yes. So it's very important that we start to understand what we need. And this is part of learning how to come into balance. So we don't push ourselves beyond our limits. And instead, this is a time for us to start nourishing ourselves in all ways, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's through nourishing ourselves that we stay juicy and young and vibrant and radiant. It's not through pushing ourselves beyond our limits. Then we burn out, we end with our energy, which is adrenal fatigue, because we deplete our energy. And at this stage of life, restoring our energy, recharging our adrenals can be very arduous work to do and can take a long time. So we need to learn how to manage our energy and replenish ourselves constantly to stay juicy, vibrantly alive, and joyful, because joy is very important, and playfulness in this stage of life. When we are burned out in adrenal fatigue, we cannot be joyful, we cannot be emotionally stable, and we cannot feel radiant. And then the other thing I see in this stage of life is that many women, when they find difficulty, they see their doctor as the God, and they go immediately into taking antidepressants because they feel unstable, or hormonal replacements. And here I want to say this: when you start to take pills to sleep, pills for antidepressants, hormonal replacements, the only thing you are doing is numbing yourself. So you are losing your vitality, you are losing your radiance, you're losing your ability to take your life in your hands and live fully, vibrantly. You are becoming dull, blurred by all these chemicals, and your system cannot function normally because you are interfering with chemicals in the normal function. Your body is so wise that if you give the right attention, the right nourishment, the right movement, the right energy into yourself, your body will calibrate everything into balance, and you will live feeling sublime. And it's like that. So if you arrive at this stage, having abandoned yourself, feeling disconnected from your body, ignoring your body, your feelings, your emotions, and living in default mode, you will suffer and you will age quickly. So your family, your relationships, your business will suffer in proportion to your suffering, because the way you perceive your life and the way you are, it reflects in all the domains of your life. So, however, if you take your life in your hands, take responsibility for your life, you will rise stronger, you will become even stronger, and enter a new stage of grace, because if you are calm, if you harness your nervous system, and you gain knowledge over your body and the needs that you have at this stage by observing, by being present and conscious, and you update your lifestyle, you have all the experience and the wisdom to experience grace over misery. So your choice, this is your choice. This is your choice only. And this is the best time, whether you're 40 or you're 50 or you're 60, to do that, to take your life in your hands and to bring yourself into balance. This is the time. So if you want to discover what really works, do you want to discover what really works to slow this aging process and to feel truly connected to your body and in charge of your emotions, and to approach menopause as a vibrant goddess? It is possible. It is really, really possible. And this is what I do, actually. So how I help you become radiant? First of all, I help you connect with yourself, and I generate very deep connection to your desires, to understanding and acknowledging where you are right now, physically, mentally, emotional, finding clarity, generating clarity on where you are, so you can start from there. Because if we don't have clarity of even how we eat, how we sleep, why we're not sleeping well, our lifestyle practices, what we do, if we are exercising in the right way or not, if we are ungrounded, we cannot build balance. Balance is built upon clarity, connection, and grounding. A strong body, the right lifestyle practices, then we can start talking on generating balance. Yes. So once we create that connection and grounding in you, we activate your metabolism and your metabolic fire. So you have a lot of energy and you become vibrant. And we do that through lifestyle practices and through embodiment practices that help you to generate that energy. Once we have this activation, we bring yourself into energetic alignment. Energetic alignment is balance. We start to calibrate and to balance all your energies, physical, mental, emotional, through many different practices. Again, embodiment practices, journaling practices, prompted journaling practices, meditations, yoga nidras, lots of methods that help you come into energetic alignment in a way that you can use these tools at any given moment to keep calibrating yourself for the rest of your life. Now, the difference between the work with me and many other work with other people is that I focus on embodiment. Embodiment is the process by which you create, once you created the transformation, you embody it so you don't lose it after. Because most of the times we do courses and trainings and things and we feel very good, but after 1 month or 2 weeks, we lose it and we come back to where we were before. So through my experience, what I focus on is on you embodying this new way, becoming a new you, so you cannot go back. You really become it by keeping these practices for a particular period of time and walking that path with me to keep calibrating this balance into you. So you learn how the moment you go out a little bit of your balance, you can bring yourself to the center. Because what happens when we are out of balance is that we go from one extreme to the other. So as we start to become more balanced, oscillation becomes smaller. And balance is not something static because everything is changing all the time in life. So what we need is how to learn how to bring ourselves, our particular system, body, and a particular mind, ourselves, each one of you differently, into immediately that you go out, you bring yourself back. Immediately that you go out, you bring yourself back. So this stops happening. And then is where you embody your own presence and you feel vibrant and you are radiant. So we change lifestyle practices to make the issue of insomnia to go out of this issue. We calibrate lifestyle practices, we harness the nervous system through yogic tools, we nutrition, decluttering our minds so we go to sleep, because sleep is very important, because it's the moment where your upper chakra and your lower chakra connect, consciousness and the physical connect. And generates the balance and rejuvenates you and fills you with energy again. This is the process of sleeping, is a process of regeneration. When the sleep is not good, regeneration is not good. Your organs are not regenerating, and it's best your cells also. So we do the right movements with our joints, with our body, to keep our muscles supple, our joints young and mobile, lubricated, to release lymphatic stagnation, to release excess fat from the body, and to live in a body that feels vibrant and that we love to inhabit. So by doing all these practices, already our mind starts to become calmer, because we are harnessing the nervous systems through breath work, through meditations, through yoga nidra. We are decluttering stuff, beliefs, systems, and things that are really making us repeat the same situations in a life again and again. We work with the water retention also through the right movement and nutrition. And we give time and energy to our well-being first. We take the decision, and this is how women come to work with me. First, they take the decision to put their well-being first. Two, they take the decision and they understand deeply that if they are not well in wellness, they cannot live vibrantly, they cannot enjoy their life, they cannot enjoy their relationship, they cannot keep their relationship healthy, their business thriving, or anything. Well-being and health is first. So when you decide to put your well-being first, then you can work with me. Because I don't want to work with women who are not committed to the work and feeling vibrant. And yes, good things take time. You need to invest, not a lot of time, but you need to invest at least 1 hour a day into your well-being and put it first before any other thing. So take the first step, even if it's scary, because on the other side of fear is freedom. And then, you know, the next step will reveal. If you don't know how to do something, if you don't know how to start doing something, you need to ask for help. And the first step is to decide to start doing something for your life. Because many women tell me, oh, but I'm not ready. But when will you be ready? You know, ready. We are never ready till we decide to do something. Or the other option is we get ready when something bad happens, when we get the adrenal fatigue, or when we get the burnout, or when we get depressed. But then it's much more work to become healthy again and to become vibrant again. So don't neglect the opportunities in your life, your inner voice that is telling you to start taking care of yourself, the messages and the nags life is giving you, the situations, that the opportunities that appear in front of you to start doing this work with yourself. And I want to say something more here, because this work is not work. This is the most beautiful thing, the most precious way you can live. Generating joy and well-being is the most, and living consciously is the most precious way you can live, because not only you will be feeling beautiful and joyful, you're going to be spreading this and inspiring others also to do the same and to feel like that. So don't neglect the opportunities in your life to start taking charge of your well-being. So you need to step up for yourself to make that leap in order for life to respond to you and support you. So when we have the intention to be joyful. We need to take the first step in becoming that. If we want love, to become love. If we don't want, if whatever we want, we need to become that inside of us. If we want to live feeling vibrant, we need to cultivate that vibrancy through the things we eat, we do, the things we speak. Everything has to align in that direction. If not, it's not going to happen. Having intentions and goals will not work if we are not taking aligned action. So also reflect on this. Your well-being and your health come first, because if you are not well, you cannot enjoy anything. You cannot do anything. And when you neglect yourself and your well-being, you will surely not be well at some point. Because everything, like your car needs a service, like your car needs from you to take care of it, your system, more than anything, needs of you to take care and to adjust to the changes at any given moment of your life. So why the yoga that I teach is so good for this stage of life, for menopause? Incorporating new lifestyle habits that balance you, breath work to calm your mind, and the right movement practices that will help you balance naturally without taking hormones, and transition gracefully to a new stage of life instead of living like a victim of one more stage in your life, right? If you want to live well, I know how to help you. And I know it very well because I've been doing this for more than 25 years, coaching and working as an embodiment mentor with women, helping them to come to their ultimate wellness, to feel super vibrant and radiant. And this can happen only from inside. It cannot happen from putting makeup on your face. It cannot happen from doing workout. It cannot happen from there. It has to start from inside. And this is what we do. We come to experience this joy that comes from deep within yourself, this joy that is not relevant to what is happening outside of you. Because I help you to go into your absolute presence, which is the point where you can respond to life in the best possible way, where whatever is happening around you. Because when you reach this stage of life, especially this stage of life, it's a stage of life that you need to start finding yourself inside of you. If you didn't do it yet, you need to find the joy within yourself. You cannot expect to find joy from appreciation from outside anymore. Beauty is not so relevant anymore outside beauty. What is relevant is the beauty that you feel inside yourself. How beautiful you feel inside your body, inhabiting your body. How beautiful you perceive your own body, mind, your state of pleasantness within yourself. This will determine how happy you will be and how joyful you will be for yourself, for your relationships, for your job and your business. Because if not, what happens at this stage is that women become very bitter, and they start to age and they feel old, because inside of them, they are so disconnected from themselves. And you don't want to be there, I tell you. You don't want to get there, right? Or having antidepressants and living like a zombie, half dead. You have half of your life ahead of you. So it's the best time now to take your life in your hands. And this is what I do. This is what I help women with. So many women have come to work with me and they have experienced amazing transformation, and that have shifted their life not only at the level of their own well-being, but has transformed their relationships, their businesses, and the whole picture of their life. Because when you do this work with yourself, it's like there is a ripple effect. Like when you throw the stone in the water, you know, the ripples, there is a ripple effect because you start to feel vibrationally so aligned and high that you start to match the same vibration, because we like attracts like, and the way we feel inside of ourselves attracts similar energy into our life. So it is super important that you start becoming aware of those things. And the most important thing at this stage is to consciously take your life in your hands, and the decision to dedicate yourself to investing time and energy on an everyday basis in your well-being, and putting yourself and your well-being before every other thing, first thing in the morning. So my invitation is to book a call with me to see how we can map out your path, and I will talk to you about the 3 main steps, the basic formula you need to start implementing to start moving in this direction. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor for me to have you. I'm sending you so much love and looking forward to seeing you and talking with you very, very soon. Namaskaram. Thank you. Beauties, so grateful to have you here. So beautiful to have you here. Thank you so much